What's going on, mobile gamers? I'm live. It's Wednesday, and we're setting up the R4 card. These ones. And this one. With all of this stuff right here. So let's do it. Live. So guys, what I have on the table in front of us is all of these R4 cards. All of these R4 cards right here that we are going to be setting up live. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I've been wanting to do a live about this for a while. And the reason why is because I've seen a lot of people say, hey, I haven't been able to get this thing set up, or I've had issues with it or something. I've had a lot of people say that they've got it set up perfectly fine. People say I'm a god. People say I'm awesome. Whatever. That's what I was doing these videos for, because I have access to multiple different websites in Canada to actually navigate and get some of the original R4 card files. Some countries can't get them. And that's kind of why I have been sharing these, is because I know there's a lot of confusion about them. There is a lot of issues with them, and people don't know how to set them up, because when you buy these things and they come from AliExpress, for example, they don't come preloaded. Now, I have one that was on Amazon and it came preloaded and it worked perfectly fine, but that's because the guy probably found my video, for example, and set it up and basically put it all together for people just so that they didn't have to do anything. That's probably why it's 40 bucks. So, that being said, there are multiple different R4 cards. This one, on the bottom, on the right-hand side, this one right here, kind of see it. It's kind of hard to see because it's really flashy. But this one is the original R4 card. It says NDSL, NDS. This is the original. It has a little stamp on the back. Ayo, how's it going? That's the one that will not work with any 3DS consoles. That card does not work, again, with any 3DS consoles because it was specifically made for the NDSL or the NDS. Now, there's a website I'm going to show you guys here, and I'm going to navigate to it. So it's the R4i SDHC website. Now, this is the original R4 website for getting your R4 files. This website doesn't work across the world. It only works in, I think, North America and maybe parts of Europe. I'm not sure. But this website I've shared with you guys, and it doesn't work. So this has all of the original R4 files for these cards. It also has the R4 files for these cards right here. These are the original cards as well. Now, these cards, they were the original R4, true R4 cards. These cards on the bottom right-hand side here, these are clones. Clone cards. Clone cards are basically, they don't have that stamp on the back. They have later on years. And the reason for this is because a lot of companies did this over the years with this company, for example, and basically took this information. As you can see here, there's only like one set of firmwares for it. Now, that's probably where a lot of people are getting confused. Is this card kind of looks like this card. It looks exactly the same, but it's not the exact same card. It is the original, the real card. This one is the clone. But these cards, they all have the 3DS, DSi, all that stuff on the bottom, and they have different files. Now, that being said, we're going to do some tests tonight. We're going to do some other stuff, because I have not tested this with these cards yet, because I don't see a purpose in it, but I'm going to do it live with you guys. I'm going to show you everything working, and I have a DS Lite, I have my Hello Kitty DS ready to go, I have my 3DS ready to go, I have my 2DS XL ready to go. This one's on the latest firmware. Yes, it's hacked now, but the latest firmware, 11.17, doesn't matter either. Ayo, welcome back, Seiko. I just saw that there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The reason why I'm doing this again is just a pop-up live. Hopefully other people will see this, other gamers will see this, because there's no trickery involved. There's no, anything involved. It's just me trying to help you guys out with getting these cards set up, and that's the big confusion is maybe you still have an original, well, not this one, an original R4 card, which is what we see on the screen here, and in my hand, this is the fake one, right? So this one is a real one. And that one, the files that go to it are right here. So these are the files for this one. And if I put the files for this one on this SD card and I pop it into my 3DS, it's not going to work. So we're going to do that first. Now, I have multiple different SD cards. This card, the original one, the reason why I don't do a lot of videos about the original one, I have done one video, is because this card is basically not really purposeful. It can't play a lot of games. Like it does play like the regular DS games and some emulators and stuff, but there's no reason for you to buy this thing unless you can't really find any of these cards from AliExpress, for example, or Amazon. I've done a video about that. Now I'm just gonna use this card, and I'm gonna plug it into my computer. And I have the little Happy Box dongle here. That's just gonna be plugged right into my computer here, and we're gonna see this pop up. And we're going to format it live. We're going to do everything live tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying your night. Now, 32 kilobytes. That's the first thing you need to make sure. 32 kilobyte allocation size. FAT32. FAT32. Otherwise, your card's not going to be readable by the device. Instead of Twilight menu. Yeah, Twilight menu is okay. Like, I have Twilight menu on this thing right here. But there's a lot of issues with it. It takes a long time to load, I find, on here. But I put Twilight menu on the R4 card as well. And that's a video that I did recently about that. Now, I'm going to rename this R4 Original. Just like so. And then we're going to format that. And then we're going to download the original files for this card specifically. Now, notice how this one says Wi-Fi on it. I think they came out with a later version. Like, as you see here, mine says Wi-Fi on it, but this one, you look at the picture, it says NDSI works for that card. So you just got to look at this little bracket stamp on the bottom. Hopefully you can kind of see that in the video there. But that's basically what you're looking for. So that's why I'm going to be downloading these files right here. Now, it even says R4SDHC kernel download without the I mark. Now, that's downloading right now. We're going to actually grab those files from there properly. Now, that's the other thing that a lot of people have had difficulties with, is they just drag and drop this folder, and it doesn't work. So the thing is, you have to go into this folder, and then you got to grab these files right here. There's not a lot of files for the original, because the main kernel itself is the r4.dat, and the rest of it is the menu and everything like that that handles all the backup stuff. And there is a Wi-Fi folder inside there, so maybe, like I said, that's just the later sticker or whatever for that one. But let's copy this. Let's open up that R4 original folder, which is right here, and paste it. Now, I'm not going to test a whole bunch of stuff, but I am going to copy a game over, so I'm going to go over to my games folder, and where is this? Right here. Retro games, and I will test out just some NDS games just so that you guys can see the games working. And we have, I always like to play with this game. I don't know why. Let's do Mario Kart. And we'll go and just paste on the main board. It doesn't matter where it is. You can put it in a folder, for example, if you want to keep things organized. But as soon as we pop this into a DS, so NDS console, or a DS, or NDS Lite, I mean, this will work. So let's take this out. Now, this might not work. It depends if I have the later dates on this or not. I don't remember if I changed the dates on this, and that's what we'll do as well. So this is, like I said, the original one. We're going to pop this in the back. I have another R4 card still in here, so let's just toss that there. And then let's turn this thing on. Now, the disadvantages of using, like, it has a nice screen. Using the original R4 card is the fact that, there we go, it loaded right up. I didn't even have to do anything. Is the fact that you have to turn off your device every time, but they did that with any of your original games. Like, I have original games on my shelf behind me, and yeah, like, that's basically, there we go. We have Mario Kart loading up. Didn't have to do much, right? Like, that was so quick and easy, but you guys don't have access to all those files. I also don't have a database that is able to be used freely because I only have a certain amount of, let's turn this volume down. A certain amount of data that you can use per day. But that's the thing. Like, I can't supply you guys with the database. What can't you see exactly, Kenny? The database basically that I have is just a free database. But I'm gonna pop this R4 card in here. This one's the original one that says NDS, NDSL, and I'm gonna slide that right in here. And I'm putting it into the 3DS. Window is in the way. This window. This is just the website. Yeah, so basically on the right-hand side is just me showing you everything working on the devices. Now, like I said, this R4 card is not going to work on this device because it's made only for the DS and the DS Lite. So I'm going to press A, and there's going to be an error that says, an error has occurred. Please press power and hold the power button to turn off the system. And that's because these don't work for this system. And you'll be able to know that if you followed that guide for the one that says 3DS. So you'd have to have these original firmware files. Your camera for the 3DS. My camera for the 3DS. You want to see it bigger? Is that what you want to see? Here, let's make that bigger. There we go. Is that better? So there's the bigger image of that. So an error has occurred. Press and hold the power button to turn the system off. Please refer to the operation manual for details. So that's because this R4 card is not compatible, so we have to actually turn this off and put in one of the clone cards. Now, that's going to happen... Here, let's try to pop this power... I can't press the power button on this thing. There we go. That's going to happen if your R4 card, like I said, is not compatible. So I'm going to close this window down a little bit here, put it down off the side, and show you, like, this R4 card right here. This one, I hope you can kind of see that. It says 3DS on it. This one says NDSI LLXL, NDSI L, NDS, NDSL, which is Nintendo DS Lite and like the regular Nintendo DS. Now, this one is the upgraded version, and then this one came out afterwards that is compatible for all systems. Now, that's why I said these cards are not really beneficial. They're not really, something that I would suggest you to go get unless you just had a DS. Or if you find the one that says 3DS as well, but I have not been able to find any of those cards anymore. They stopped producing them back in, I think, 2018 or maybe it was 2016. Something like that, somewhere around those dates. Where does it say? 2018. 2018 was the last time the firmware was actually updated for these, and I think that's when they stopped producing any of the original cards, maybe. But I don't know that much because I haven't used any of the original cards for a long time. I've only been using these ones for the last, 10 years, probably. And that's the thing. Like, they've had so many different clones out there, and that's what these are right here. So these, again, like I said, these are the clones of this one. Or these are the originals of this one right here, which is the clone. And then this one is another clone variant that somebody else came out with that says HQ. Here, I'm going to make the screen bigger again. So this one says Hong Kong on the end. This one's got like a random stamp on it that says Smart Update. But these two cards, they're literally the same. They're the same card. They don't have anything different internally or anything. They both say dual core. That does not matter whatsoever for these cards. I got the cheap one from AliExpress. Your file browser is in the way to fix that. It's fine. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just... Like I said, we're just kind of chilling out, just checking these things out live, because I've had people say they've had issues with these things, and somebody said that my video was fake or something earlier tonight, and I was like, well, I wouldn't make a fake video, but anyways. But yeah, so we're just kind of just doing this. This was the cheap one. This one was like $4.50 plus shipping, and I didn't get an SD card with it, but I bought a whole bunch of, where are they? My Bart Simpson SD cards. I got a whole bunch of SD cards everywhere right now because I've done so many videos about these. Now there's one of my Bart Simpson ones. So I have Bart Simpson SD cards. I think I paid like $2 or something like that for those cards. So anyways, yeah, so we just tested out this card, and let's put that card just for laughs inside this DS as well, just to show you it working in all of these consoles. But I'm not really here to show you this card. I'm kind of here just to explain to you, hey, like, you have to make sure when you're following my guides. It popped on. I hope you guys saw that. Best card is the Ace card Plus. There's nothing different about that card. It's not any special. There's no designs like differences or anything like that. That Ace card, there's nothing different about it. It's got the same file firmware. It's not faster. It doesn't save card data any differently. You can put whatever file systems you want on every one of these R4 cards. You can put Twilight menu on that Ace 3DS card. I've looked into that kind of stuff as well. I know some people have said that. Like, if you want to buy that card, go ahead. That's all up to you. I'm not, I'm not selling these. I don't really care if you guys buy an Ace card or whatever, but I'm just basically, just showing you Ace 3DS card. I forgot Ace card. But the thing is about the Ace card too, it's using a wood kernel as well, or I think that one's using the wood kernel if I remember correctly. It supports every system. These support every system. They're $5. And let's look at the kernel for that one. Firmware update. Ace card, Flash card Plus. There's not... I've looked into these as well, and there's nothing that I have seen that is going to change my mind to go buy an Ace card. Because I can play everything. If this Ace card was letting me play 3DS games, that'd be sweet, but it doesn't. Now that brings me to my next point. No, these cards don't play that. There's a card called Sky 3DS. Sky 3DS. This is the website for it. We're proud to announce the more powerful, versatile Sky 3DS with SkyDock. Now this thing is a different card altogether. This card came out and only supports firmware up to a certain amount. Here, I'm going to put this window down for a second. I think it was 11.13, if I remember correctly. So download. For older version tools. I'm trying to see if I can find the resell. Oh, there's the reseller page right there. So let's go to Japan. And the Japan one will tell you what firmware you can use it with. Kind of funny, and gosh, the old DS is ugly. Yeah, I got that DS on a marketplace. 11.13, yeah, so 11.13 is the latest firmware that the Sky 3DS can work on. I owned one of these at one point. I remember I bought it for like $100 at that time as well, and it's got a little button on it. So basically, you're going to be able to put a game on it, and then load that game. But if I remember correctly, you can't switch the games unless you switch it on your computer. I don't think you can load a whole bunch of games and then just select games, if I remember. I haven't owned it for a long time, but there is like a little button on it, and if you want to look these up and look into it, you can. But I have not found a reliable retailer. I've never seen these on the marketplace or anything, like the buy and sell groups or anything for a while. It's kind of funny with Stream. I like it, to be honest. Gosh, the old Spence card. Yeah, like the Ace card, like I said, it's not, I don't know, if you've bought that and you think it's great and it works for you, then yeah, I would, go ahead and go get that. But these R4 cards are the only ones that I know about very well because I've used them for so long. I've never bought an Ace card. The Ace card, here, let's go. I have a whole file system of kernels. So I'm going to go and open that up. Everything R4 card. Oh, there's my Twilight menu right here. So Twilight menu, legit R4 card. Oops. Twilight menu, flash cart loader, auto boot. So here we go. Do you want to really know? This card right here, the ones that have, oh, not this one. This one right here. I'm not even showing my camera anymore. There we go. This one, this says HK, or the ones that say China on them, or CN at the end. The kernel that I used for the Twilight menu is this one right here. And it's got the dsmenu.dat files. It's the same kernel. See, as you see here, CN, HK, Ace 3DS, Ace card, Ace HK menu, AK menu. I've never checked out that card. I don't know. Is that the card that you were talking about? Best cards for DS Lite. Any of these two specifically. If you want to buy this one, this one was only like $5 from AliExpress. It all depends on where you can get it from. Because of the 3DS firmware blocked it, I have hacked 2DS XL. Not sure if there is a way to get them to working on the hacked 3DS. I'm going to show you that. This is a hacked 3DS right now. You don't need to have a hacked 3DS for 11.17. This one, I tested it on without it being hacked with 11.17 on it, and it worked fine. I did a video, like a short about that. I've showed you guys working on the 2DS. Let me see if I can actually find that. Shorts. PS1, Minecraft. I still got to do that PS1 video. That's pretty cool to find that out. Sega. Does the R4 card work in a new 3DS console? If you guys want to check this out. Here. Today we're going to confirm if the R4 card works in the new 2DS. So this was not hacked. Look, it's loading. Let's test out a game. Menu loads perfectly fine. Now let's check out some NDS games. Play some Call of Duty. Loading. The R4 card does work in the new 2DS or 3DS console. Bye-bye! Today we're going to confirm. So yeah, that worked fine. So that was this console at 11.17. I know I didn't show. It's a short. I wanted to keep it short. You know what I mean? But cheap R4 card will work in the DS Lite. Yeah. So I'm going to show you that. Let's get into that quickly here instead of talking about this. So why I wanted to talk about this was because if you have a card like this one right here, like any of these 4 cards, and you followed my guide and it didn't work or whatever, then it's because you need the firmware, I'm guessing, for these cards. I don't know what the difference is. Let me actually look at that. Let's grab this one because it's the dual core one. Let's see if it'll load on these clones. That's what we're going to do, okay? Is there any time bomb? We're going to talk about that as well. Time bombs are a funny thing because these cards, the kernels that they give you for them, this one doesn't have a time bomb, actually. Because it uses a different kernel. But these ones that have the real-time save on the bottom, that's the ones that have the time bomb on them. And it's kind of funny how that works out. I'll show you that. I'll show you the original firmware on this as well tonight. So I just downloaded the original stock firmware for this R4 card that's going to go on this one. Yeah, this one. So let's put this one aside for a second. So we're going to use this one as... Oh, you guys can't even see that again. Frig, I'm bad. There we go. So this one right here. So this one we're gonna put the files that I just downloaded onto it from the original R4 card site and see if it works. So I'm gonna take this SD card out. And I'm gonna show you this. I've never done this, honestly, with the original firmware for these. So we're doing everything live. We're just chilling, hanging out, you know, doing stuff live. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, I do other content on the channel. R41. I don't just do R4 card stuff, but R4 RTS is what we're going to name it. And 32 kilobytes again, FAT32. Make sure you do that. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Press start. Press OK. I know it's going to be a repeating thing, a lot of things that I'm going to say tonight. But let's go to my downloads folder. We're going to grab that R4 file. R4 English, and we got the R4.dat, so let's copy that and put it into our RTS folder. And let's open up my camera so you guys can see that there's no trickery. Here, oh, they're still copying. I just got to make sure you guys see everything. I'm trying this in my 24. I put the game and it don't work. I try 1 week, bro. Bro is from the future. The 2024 card. This one's 2024 card right here. This one works. So we're gonna try this out, and let's put this down for a second. I'm gonna grab my games. I like to test out games just to make sure. Which one do you guys want to see next time? I'm gonna do Lego Harry Potter because we're big Harry Potter fans in this house. There we go. Pasting that over. I'm not trying to hide anything. There we go. Make sure nothing's hiding. So you have the R4i SDHC 2024. Is it this one right here, Pedro? Let me show you on the screen here. Does it look exactly like this one? Does it say real-time save? Or does it look like this one? Or does it have .cn? What about the SuperCard SD for GBA? Sorry, there's this little heart, that SuperCard SD for GBA. Okay, let's get into checking this out first. SD, what are you talking about with that? SuperCard SD for GBA. So, oh yeah, no trickery. I can't hide anything. So there's that SD card. I just pulled it out. This is the clone, original files. Now this one will work in all of these devices because, oh, what am I doing? It's compatible with everything. We're gonna put it in this DS Lite because a lot of people have been having problems with the DS Lite. So I'm testing out original files again. Don't forget. Let's touch the screen. Let's see if this loads. And yeah, original files work. Again, this is the 4.1 firmware that I downloaded from their website, specifically. It's going into a sleep mode, I think. I don't know what the heck just happened. Or did my thing just die? I think my DS just died. No, my batteries aren't dead. I don't know what just happened there. I think that was a sleep mode that they have set on it. But anyways, let's load up Harry Potter. Let's see if it works. Oh. Sorry, no trickery. My mistake. Is the SuperCard SD card good? Okay, give me 1 second.
Video.
What? It's me.
No,
I don't know. Sorry, guys. My girls are going to bed. But yeah, so this looks like it's not wanting to load my game. Good night. So that's the original files on the clone card. So let's try this again. And maybe this is the issue that's happening with some people, is it's the original files don't work on the clone. Or my files aren't working on the original cards. As you see here, it's still loading, not working. So let's do something else here. I'm going to be using the files that I've supplied you guys for the real-time save card with this SD card, okay? So like I said, the original files aren't working. It's loading it, but it's not working. Maybe that's the issue that's happening. Oh, that's happening for you, Pedro? So that's probably why. So these are the files that I've supplied you guys. So we're going to be plugging this SD card in here. Okay? And I'm going to reformat this. Now, what does your R4 card look like? Is it this one? And it's the one that you got from R4 SDHC 2024. Put the game in, it don't work. I tried for 1 week. So that's this one right here then, eh? No, it doesn't work. Okay, well, let's format this card. We're going to format this. FAT32, real-time save, test 2. Okay, start, press OK. Okay, close. Now, let's close all these file browsers again. And we're going to go R4 test 2. Now, I'm going to go grab my files that I supplied you guys on my videos, everything R4 card, RTS version. And then we have 3 different options here. I'm going to use no YS menu. This is the original with no YS menu. Let's click copy. This is all the original files. I just have little folders here for all your games to go in. And we're going to paste that over to the R4 card. I'm going to go grab a game again. And retro games, NDS. Let's go with Lego Harry Potter again. And are all those files copied yet? There we go. DS games, put them in here. My English is bad. That's all right. I'll try to work with you. Don't worry. So yeah, basically we're using this card again. This is the one that has real-time save on it. And we're going to be plugging the micro SD card that's in my computer into it. So real-time save. Test number 2. Plugged right in. And I'm going to put it in the DS Lite. Because the DS Lite was the one that a lot of people keep saying I'm stuck on the loading screen. And I don't understand why that keeps happening, honestly. So maybe this will tell you what's happening. Because this shows loading right here before you actually get into the card. And then when we had that error with the original files, that was... See, it's loading up perfectly fine now. Now, these were the original files from the other website, the 4.1b, and yeah, everything's working. So, these files you can find... here, let's put this down on the bottom right-hand side for a second. Let's open up. Go to my videos. I have a whole playlist for this. I know I've kept a lot of my... I'm going to pause this. Sorry, ad. So this one right here, R4 SDHC. What's going on, mobile? That's this card right here. So if you go to this video and you want to get the original files for this, grab one of these 3 links. I have 3 different links for this because, like I said, I'm using my personal databases for you guys to download these files. Now, below link is the original menu, has a time bomb. So what that means is basically if I change the year for this, then it's going to tell me that I can't use it. So I'm going to try to do that right now, see if we can manipulate that. Go touch the screen. Here, let's show you the screen again. So go to that video. Here, let's see if I can actually share this. Copy the link. So there's the link for this video here. That's the one that is for this card specifically, right? So the one that we're just playing with right now. So there's another video there for the 2022 card as well. This one, like if you have the stamp like that, don't worry about the date. That doesn't matter. That's what that's for. Why do I have 2 of these out of here? Let's put one aside. Now let's change the date on this DS. So let's widen the screen up. Let's go to our date, and, oh, I have it set to 2006 right now anyways, and it seems like that doesn't even matter. So let's try to go to the future. We're going to go and see if this card specifically has that time bomb still set on it, and we're going to go to 2034, 10 years into the future, and see if we can load it. And quit. Yes, we got to shut down. That's just the longest process of life. I don't know why they came out with the DS Lite and didn't fix that issue. Yeah, let's go to the time bomb. Is it going to work? Yeah, there we go. So we went 10 years into the future. Wrong date or firmware is expired. So that one has a time bomb with the default menu. But the funny thing is about this, guys, is that we can get rid of that very easily with the files that I have shown you on my ultimate R4 card guide. So we're going to be using this one. Let's put this one aside again. Using this one only. And the reason why I have all these SD cards out here is because I had a different plan for all this. But let's put this down on the bottom right-hand side. And let's go back to my video. So, or back to my channel so I can show you this stuff. And I have the ultimate R4 card menu guide right here. And no trickery, you guys can download, link 1 is for the China, so this one is the China, or the Hong Kong version. This one is link 2 for the real-time save cards. Hopefully you can kind of see that there. So for this card, we're going to be downloading the second file, and it's downloading right now. I already have this on my computer, but I'm just showing you everything working live just so that you guys can see this stuff. And I'm still going to get back to your... Is the SuperCard SD any good? Were you talking about the Sky 3DS card? I don't know what card that is still. The SuperCard, let's Google that. SuperCard SD GBA. Oh, the fake GBA flash cart, basically, right? Like I have which card is that? Where is it? There you go. Not to get off topic, but I have the Easy Flash, and I like this thing. It works great. But that one, I don't know. If it's, you could try it out, I guess. If you get it from AliExpress and you don't like it, just basically argue with them that you want a refund or return it or something. But SD card, yeah. That aside, that has nothing to do with R4 cards, sort of, tonight. I'm not going to talk about that, but I've never bought one of those. Let's get back to what we were doing. Let's go to these files right here. And we're going to open up this zip file. So I'm going to keep going into the file menu, and I'm going to grab all of these files. Now, I said we're working with this card, right? So let's plug this into here. Now, this is going to load Twilight menu. Twilight menu is an awesome menu that I think looks amazing, and that's why I did this. Test number 3. Let's go test 3. We're just going to rename this card based off of what we've been doing. Just test it. Close. Now we have Twilight menu, so we're going to copy all these files, go into R4 test 3, and then paste them. Now, notice some similarities about the files that are in here. So this r4.dat is a modified file that the person that developed YS menu has configured so it'll work. So there's no crazy things happening with this. It's just basically all the files are ready to go for you. Now, I'm just grabbing my NDS game. Let's grab Pokemon, maybe. I don't grab Pokemon games usually. Actually, I'm not going to grab Pokemon games just because they take so long to get into the actual game. Let's go to Yoshi's Island. What am I doing? I'm not trying to open it. R4 card test 3 is all the files copied over. Yep. Let's go to ROMs folder. And this ROMs folder does not matter. You can put your ROMs wherever you want for all the other kind of ROMs, but the NDS ones, the save files save in here. So put your saves and your files for your ROMs in that actual specific folder. Otherwise, I've found out that putting games in different folders doesn't really matter. So let's plug that back into our computer, or into our card, I mean, and pull this out. And let's do the ultimate test. So this works in all of these. This is this card again, the real-time save one. We're going to do the NDS Lite. Just like so. No magic, no trickery. We have Bomberman. We're going to have no time bomb. Now, this is the setup for Twilight menu, so we just follow the prompts. Press A. Go to USA for your region. Well, my region's Canada, but USA, whatever, is probably just English. And then there's Twilight menu popping up. Now, this gets rid of the time bomb. No more time bomb. Nothing, because we're still in 2034 on my main menu. Now, if we go to my ROMs, go all the way over to NDS, and we have Yoshi's Island. Now, this is going to be using a bootloader. So this is going to load the configuration files into a bootloader. This only happens once, and then whenever you want to play your games again, you can just continuously play them. Just wait for this to dump all the files. There is a different way to actually avoid this. If you want to use, you don't want to use Bootstrap later on, then you can set up the configurations for that. I show you guys how to do that as well. But here's Yoshi's Island working perfectly fine. The cool thing about the bootloader, though, is that you can hold, now it does crash sometimes on the DS Lite, I noticed, hold the back button down and select, and that pops up a little menu, so that you can just quit the game, and then it'll navigate you back to the main menu, usually. Sometimes this crashes. There it goes, it loaded. And then you can just navigate, and you don't have to turn off your SD card, or your, whatever, your Nintendo DS. So you have the R4i SDHC version 2.10. Would you know why I can't use it? Fine, but randomly sometimes the card says missing files. I put SD card on the PC, then put it back in the card, and it works again. I do not know. I've never had that happen. R4, let's see. The Revolution, R4 Revolution 2.10. Hey, look, my video pops up the first. Upgrade Revolution. Is it this one right here, the black card? Maybe it's your device. Put this back in the R4 card and it works again. Or maybe the SD card itself. Maybe the SD card is just having issues. Like the Revolution card is this one, right? The black one. I know there's other cards out there too, but I use 3 different... Sorry, I don't like this chat because there's like a little heart icon, SD card, and you get the same problem. Oh, okay. Put the card into the PC, then it's back in the R4 card. Might be a connectivity problem. It happens to me on the 3DS. Oh, it's the gold one. So this one? Does it have a date stamp? If it doesn't have a date stamp, then that means that it's the original card, and maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe like the other guys, Seiko said, might be a connectivity problem. That happens to me on the 3DS. So that could be it too. I'm not too sure. I've never really had any major issues. I'm going to plug this into my 2DS XL. This is the same card. Running that Twilight menu still. Version 2.10. Let's Google this. So many different R4 cards out there. Like there's this one. R4 Revolution Gold. Yeah, I wonder if it's maybe just or maybe it's this one right here. I remember they used to have like a little, they did have a little firmware icon on the top, but I'm just trying to see if I can find, like, it's just crazy how many different cards are out there. RTS, real-time save. So here we go. We got genuine product, fake and fake. That's, I don't even understand why they have that. But yeah, R4i dash gold, they're just showing you what is fake and what's not. The key thing is it just works. So then there's this site. I found this site one time and they have like a Snoopy version and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what that is. Type OM version 210T. Oh, here is R4i renovation. Renovation. Maybe that's why. Images. That is a completely different looking card, in my opinion. I don't know what that card is. Supports all the latest games. FAT32 supports the touchscreen. Drag and drop files. Huh. Interesting. Let me see. Twilight menu. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's I thought you just meant Revolution, but that's a clone. That's like a clone of a clone. Like that's the thing, like a lot of these old new cards are even clones, but Twilight menu, let's go to the Twilight menu website. Installing flashcard. Now I already have these firmwares on my computer, so I should be able to look to see if they have the auto boot. So R4 card, Ultra, DS, upgrade Revolution. I don't see anything that Ultra card, DS, Deluxe. That's the thing, like this is showing you how many different R4 cards are as well. So that being said, let's do the quick test here for this loading into this. And this is the same Twilight menu that I set up earlier. No trickery. Remember, there we go. There's the same game loading up perfectly fine. And let's press A to play. And again, like this is the hacked 3DS or 2DS XL, but it wasn't hacked before and I tested it. And there's the game loading up, everything. I gotta fix this. I don't have a volume rocker button anymore, but it's working fine. And then the menu button works. Wait to actually go to the menu again. And let's just let that load. But the Revolution, yeah, like it could be just dirty. That's the big thing. It could be dirty. Now I wanted to check this one out too. Now I want to do one more thing with this card itself. Not to push your card aside or anything, but that just sounds like it might be dirty. Now, what does your card say? So what I mean is, what does it say inside of your files? So do you have dsmenu.dat? So does it look like this? It has the underscore dsmenu.dat files by chance? Or the r4.dat? Mr. Jami? J0 Mommy? Or does it look like this one? This one's the real-time save one. It has the r4.dat file right there. Or there's, like I said, there's a whole bunch of different cards. And if you want to go to the Twilight menu website, I'm pretty sure that works for everybody. You can just download the 7Z file and then try to find your right Twilight menu for that card. Maybe that'll help you out with fixing that issue. What am I doing here? Home button. Cool thing about the 3DS is you don't have to turn it off. I know I haven't tested with this thing yet either. I'm going to turn this on too, just because. Alright, so this card, we have another menu that we can put on it. Yeah, check that site out. The Twilight menu is actually the best menu I find, in my opinion, in regards to setting your card up and having navigation and everything. Like, the cool thing about the navigation, if you only have, like, a DS, for example, even your 3DS, as you saw, I navigated out of the game, and then I can just navigate back into another game without having to change anything. I know you can get Twilight menu on here. I've noticed a lot of bugs with the Twilight menu on a hacked system, so I don't really care for that. And that brings me to my next point. I've had people say, oh, why don't you just hack your 3DS? The main thing is, this card is not meant just for the 3DS. It's for people that have DS consoles, DSi, DS Lites, the regular DS, obviously. And maybe they don't want to hack their 3DS. Maybe they have a whole collection of games and everything still. Like, I have some games still. And they don't want to hack it. They just want to put Game Boy Advance games, PlayStation, or not PlayStation. Yeah, you can do PlayStation. But anyways, I talked about that recently. Game Boy Color, all those other retro games. Now, I'm going to look into this renovation card maybe later just to see what the heck that's all about. But here's that Twilight menu setup guide. I'm going to share that too in this chat just so you guys can just navigate over to it if you want to. There. So there's that. Now, the Ace card, I'm not going to get into that. Now, like I said, this website doesn't work for everybody. I'm going to put it down here anyways, just so you guys can have it. If you can try, if you want to try it out, go ahead. If it doesn't work, then that's just how it is in your country, I guess. Now, what were we doing? So we were going to go reformat this card. This is the real-time save card still. Okay, so that's formatted. Now we're going to go back to the real-time save, no YS menu, real-time save, Twilight menu, YS menu. So YS menu was another menu that I suggested you guys to use. It just depends on what you like. And I have guides for all of these menus for you as well. So I'm copying that YS menu over right now, is what I have, and 3DS on the way. And yeah, the DSi works. It's like these cards are specific for the 3DS DSi XL. And I'm not showing you the camera again. There we go. So 3DS, DSi, XL, LL, DSL, DS, everything. Same with this one too. But it only says 2DS, 3DS, DSi, and it works for everything. So I'm going to show you this card afterwards. But we're still working on this one quickly, just to kind of show you everything going. Now I'm going to put my ROMs in here. And again, why I'm doing this is just because I just want to show you guys it being a little bit simple. And like, I do splice my videos and stuff just so that there's not a lot of dead air and stuff on my videos. Sometimes I'm just sitting here late waiting for things to load, and that happens. I just have dead air. So we're going to pop this SD card out. And that looked weird. Let's put this SD card in here. And let's put it in this one. This wants me to update still. I haven't updated this yet. Okay. And Bomberman. Now, this has a custom wallpaper on it that I made. Basically, for you guys just to have a different theme. I put my own logo. It kind of is really pixelated. But this is just YS menu, and it's not my favorite of menus. I discovered how easy it is to actually set up everything. Like, you can use cheats and everything, right? So put your cheats on, and it gives you the options to set up all your cheats and place cheats in here, miscellaneous codes, freeze time, size modifier. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different cheats, but let's just press A to play. Oh, I forgot I was playing Mario Kart DS. I thought it was Super Mario Bros. I always play that game. But yeah, so there's that. Not sure if you can really hear the sound of it. But yeah, anyways. Single player, everything's working fine. Again, I'm not going to play any games really on this today. But that's just the other menu that I did a setup guide for. Now, I think we're kind of done with covering the differences between this card and the original and setting up different menus and stuff. Now, again, like I said, I have a whole playlist if you guys want to check it out. I'm not deleting any videos, obviously, for obvious reasons. I'm just going to keep every video up there, and I'm going to put this thing aside. Now, we're going to work with this card. So this is the 2022 date-stamped version. It doesn't matter on this one. They even say on the website that it doesn't actually have any time bombs or anything, and you can use different size cards up to like 512 gigabytes, I think the website says. And let's just put that there for a second. We're gonna take the micro SD card out, and we're gonna do the test with all of these consoles again. So that's gonna pop up. Let's close that window down. R4 16 gigabyte. I like to kind of be organized. R4 2022 T1 test 1, 32 kilobytes, FAT32. Don't forget about that. Don't click restore default. That sometimes changes the allocation size. I'm going to show you guys something too. It's I have a video actually coming tomorrow for this. The menu error fix. So now we've formatted that. And I'm going to put this down on the bottom right hand side. So we're going to open up that, and we're going to go everything in our 4 card. This is the Chinese or the HQ version. So again, this card has HK on it, or the one that says CN, which is the one that's on Amazon. So I'm going to open up a web browser quick here, and we're going to go to Amazon.ca. So I live in Canada. R4 card. There it is right there. I did a video about this because I have one. I purchased one, and again, it says CN on it. This is the same card as the one that we're working with right now. It just has a different picture, basically a different stamp. So it's the same thing. There's nothing different about it. They're just getting more money because they need to make money too. So whatever. Anyways, we're gonna go and grab the No Twilight menu. because this is just the default menu with the BIOS and everything, and we're going to copy it over to that card. Now, this one does not have a time bomb whatsoever. I tested it with different dates and everything, so it doesn't matter where you get it from or what year you get it from. Let's go to AliExpress, for example. AliExpress. And I'm going to type in R4 card. And where is that one? R4 card. Don't know why it's not popping up right away. Usually that's the first one that shows. Am I actually logged in? I'm not even logged in. Canada. Let's just type in R4 maybe. R4 SDHC. There it is, right there. $3.95 Canadian. Plus shipping, and that is $2.75. So get this card if you want to get a card. It works for everything. I've never had any issues with it. Maybe it might croak on you in 5 years or something if you use it a lot, but what is the cheapest card I can get? I already have R4 card and Ace 3DS Plus. Will the new cards work with trimmed ROMs? Both cards I have work with trimmed ROMs, but I'm not sure if the new ones do. I prefer trimmed ROMs, save a lot of space. Well, you can use, like, if your R4 card still works, then just follow my guides. That's what we're here for today, or why I'm here today, is just basically, you can use, like, if you trim down your DS ROMs and stuff like that, or any of your games, then this one is the cheapest one. So shipping, this is all in Canadian prices, and you just have to get your micro SD card from wherever. I don't know if this company sold it with it. Haven't tried to get it, but delivery was satisfactory. That's the very first comment. Here, I'll put this in here for you. Not sure if this will work in your country, but try this one. Yeah, so that's the one we're working with right now, and we just copied all those files over, and we're gonna put a game on here. So Mario 64. And these games, they're only like 16 megabytes. I didn't know you could trim NDS games. That's kind of interesting. I'm kind of curious about that. Maybe a lot of these are already compressed because they're ripped. Like I ripped them right off my cards. That's why I only have the 4. Anyway, so let's pop this in. And this card. So again, 2022 card, HK card, CN card, that works for the same card. Let's pop it into the NDS Lite first, because that's the one that a lot of people say they get stuck on a loading screen. Now this is my Frankenstein DS. Touchscreen. Another thing you can try with the DS Lite is changing your auto boot to not manual or auto. Sometimes people have it set to auto. Right here, manual mode and auto mode, and sometimes it doesn't load properly. So I have mine set to manual mode, so maybe try that. Maybe that'll help you load your card properly. But let's close that down. Let's turn it back on. At least this doesn't take too long to load. Touchscreen, Deep Labyrinth. Now again, this is the default menu. This is the one that, see, we were in 2034, and it doesn't have a time bomb. And this is the 2022 version. So they even say that on their website. Now, where did I went to NES. What am I looking at here? Why is my screen so dim? There we go. There. Perfect. Alright, so we're loading. There we go. Loading the game. Perfectly fine. Again. Now, to navigate out of this menu, the one thing I like about this menu is you just click these buttons and all these buttons. And it's supposed to go back to... And it froze. It's supposed to go back to the main menu. Sometimes it freezes like that. And like I said, that's just a flaw in the actual SD or the card itself, not the SD card, the R4 card. So let's see if we can try to do this again. And yeah, this is just freezing it. I don't know why it's freezing it. But anyways, it's not supposed to freeze it. That might be just an issue with that firmware. I don't know. But anyways, let's unplug this and plug it into 3DS. Could be just my DS Lite that's not wanting to kick out of it. I'm not sure. But yeah, that freezes it. Usually you're supposed to be able to press those buttons, and maybe that's actually for the other card. I don't know. I've worked with so many of these cards lately, it's not even funny. But yeah, let's pop that out. And now let's put on the other menu. So we're going to do one more menu. And basically errors and stuff will be next because a lot of people have errors and stuff. I've kind of covered a little bit of the errors. R4 2022 format. Let's rename this again to T2 so you guys know there's no magic tricks here. Click OK, close. And we'll go to R4 card clone, HQ with Twilight menu. Highly recommend it. In other games, you can go back to the menu, but for some reason, Mario 64 DS freezes. Oh. Well, that's good to know. Here, let's... Before we switch this out... Oh, I already formatted that. Maybe it's... Yeah, maybe it's just that game. Here, let's go... Mario Kart. Does it always freeze? I've never noticed that before. I thought it always worked. I'm putting on those original files again just to test this out because I want to see that working or that happening. Not that I don't trust your judgment, Isaiah stuff. Isaiah stuff. Yeah. My chat box on that video on that window is really small, so it's hard to kind of read people's usernames or whatever. All right. So we're going to put Mario Kart back on here. Just do another quick, check it out. And maybe another game just in case. Hourglass. That big game. That's only 65. And again, these cards, these are 4 cards. They can go up to 512 gigabytes according to, I've tested it out with a 256 gigabyte card. And it worked out perfectly fine. So let's put this back in here. Let's test out that navigation on navigating out of the games. I've never noticed that specifically for certain games. Maybe certain games are just like that. And like you said, that's probably what it is. It's just that game itself. Because that menu option should work. I don't know why it always navigates to SNES. So let's go to Mario Kart. So the buttons that we're talking about here are the L, R, and then the all button. Yeah. So it does work. So, yeah. That's not just me. It's just that game, I guess, like he said. Yeah, all the other games work. It's just the Super Mario 64, like you said. That's awesome to know that. Like that tip. Anyways. So let's go put this back in here and load YS menu. YS menu, like I said, is awesome. For navigation, you don't have to worry about the button combos so much. You can change the button combos and stuff. But let's format this. Just a lot of repetitive stuff again. And we're going to go to everything R4 card. We're working with this card with Twilight menu. Make sure you navigate within those menus again. Don't just copy the folder into the root of your SD card. This is the root of your SD card. That's one big thing some people do, is they just copy this folder, and if you just do that, that's not going to work. It's going to load the Deep Labyrinth or Bomberman. I'm just going to work with like showing you guys the DS Lite now, like all of this working. Like I said, it's probably a user error half the time. I've had a lot of people comment and say thank you and everything that they got it to work. I'm just going to shut all these other systems down. We're going to work with this one for now. Unless you want me to use the DS Lite again. It doesn't really matter. It does work anyways. What about the Chinese R4 cards? Is that what it says? Chinese? Or the cheap? Cheap R4 cards on eBay for $4 to $5 US. Do they look like any of these cards? Do they look like this one? Let's go eBay shopping. eBay. R4 card. So these ones, R4, oh, I wouldn't buy this one. It's 40 bucks. That's this one again for $20 plus $24. Wow. $20 plus 20. You guys saw how much this thing was on AliExpress. R4 gold, like official authentic R4 card. Optional brand with 32 gigabytes. Like, there's no difference between these. This one's got the CN again, guys. Then this one is these files right here. And I've had other people confirm this. That's for this card. This card right here. CN files. They're just trying to make money off you. Not saying don't support them, but it's all up to your preference where you buy it. Now, these ones, you can't see the front of it. I'm not sure what the heck this is. This one looks like another clone card from the original. It's all just a sticker. Too expensive. Sort low to high. Sort low to high. Okay. So the cheapest I got is $9.63 Canadian from China. So if you want to go to eBay and get the unknown R4 card, there's no front. It's no sticker. I don't even know what this card would be. Like, you could be getting anything. It says R4, but it could be... I don't think I would recommend it, honestly. I don't know. It says ROM's card on the back. I would just go to... If you really like want to get everything all in one, whatever, I guess, go to Amazon for 35 bucks Canadian, or maybe you'll find something cheaper in your country. I don't know. But yeah, these guys are trying to make money. That's the big thing, is they're making money on here, or trying to at least. Like these Chinese cards, they're probably like 10 cents to make, and then they try to sell them for $10. Just, I don't know, whatever. I've never bought these. I don't think I will. I use AliExpress. I never have any issues with AliExpress. Sorry, my allergies are acting up. I'm about to sneeze. Anyways. But yeah, we copied that folder over to this SD card here. Just directly, and that's not going to work. Like I said, if we pop this in here and we don't take all those files out of there, I don't think it's going to work. At least I haven't tried it on this card. So let's do a test. Another test. Deep Labyrinth. Probably give me a menu error. Can't open dsmenu.dat error. Of course. See? Menu error. So that's basically saying, hey, we can't find that dsmenu.dat file. And you need to navigate to the home menu, and that's an error. There we go. We got one error out of the way. And that's why, because you just copied the folder. You didn't copy all the files out of that folder. So, pop your SD card back into your computer, which is this one. Open that folder, grab all these files, cut them, paste them in here, get rid of this folder, and then call it a day. And now we'll be able to put this back in here once again. No more trickery. There we go. That's one major error. Someone said to me a couple times, or quite a few people have messaged saying, hey, I got this dsmenu.dat error. And that's what that error is you probably copied the wrong files and you didn't copy them over properly. So USA, this is Twilight menu again. And if you guys want me to do a whole video about Twilight menu specifically, I've navigated through the whole thing to understand. I've kind of given you the gist of like navigating through these folders and hiding them and stuff in my Twilight menu guide so that you don't have to see redundant folders. So basically hide, all you want to see is just your ROMs folder. So keep hiding all this stuff. Just a quick thing to show you quick. To navigate to your settings menu for Twilight menu, just click select. And then you go all the way down to the little menu icon right here. And then we can change your theme and stuff too, which is pretty cool. So if you want to have a 3DS theme for your 3DS console, make it look like it's a 3DS on your DS Lite or something, then you can do that. It's pretty cool. So here, look, it looks like a 3DS menu. I kind of like this menu too, actually. But if you want to navigate to the settings again, you can't click select anymore. You actually have to actually click the settings icon. And then you can change it to the default R4 theme as well, or homebrew launcher, just to really mess with people's brains. Now you got the homebrew launcher loading all your games. It's kind of cool. So let's go to our ROM. Oh, I don't think I put any ROMs on this, but anyway, so that's just showing, this card working for everything. Yeah, I didn't put any ROMs on this yet. But changing all the menu themes and stuff is pretty cool. There's so many different things. Now, I'm going to show you one of the major errors that a lot of people end up running into with both of these cards. So, there's the other card right here. This one right here too. I'm going to grab... I'm just going to use these cards. And I'm going to manipulate a common error, which is that menu error, the one that has the question mark. So we're plugging that in here. We're going to right-click this, format it. Close that. Right-click, format. Now I'm going to format this to NTFS, and I'm going to do 512 and broken card. That's what I'm going to name it. We're going to go quick format. We're going to turn that off for a second. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click start, click OK. And then I'm going to let it load a little bit. So basically what I'm doing is just manipulating a broken SD card. So as it's loading, I'm going to pull this out. Okay. And then cancel. It's going to freeze, probably break my computer. Let's plug it back in. There we go. See, now it's going to tell me I need to format this. So let's click OK. Format disk. Quick format. We're going to go NTFS 512 and broken. Start. Click OK. So what I'm doing is just manipulating the common menu error. The little menu error is what I am talking about, is this one right here. So menu error R4 card. So this one right here. So this is the menu error that pops up when there's either an issue with your SD card or the files that you put on your SD card. Now, again, I have a video coming out tomorrow for that, but I'm going to show you it anyways because we're here anyways. So this is the broken R4 card, and we're going to use the RTS version. And it doesn't matter which one I use, so we're going to grab all these files. Sorry, I'm sniffling. There we go. Drink some more tea. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to give me that menu error because this R4 card basically is corrupted at this point. And we're going to be using just this for now. And press A. And then we're going to fix it. So that's a major error that happens for two different reasons. This one's the main reason. Your SD card isn't formatted properly. Let it load, let it load, let it load. Is it going to load? Maybe it won't even load. Call me a liar. Let's try this again. Maybe I really screwed up this SD card now. Because I did this earlier for a video that's coming out tomorrow again, like I said. Let's try this one more time. And it doesn't even want to read it. Okay, let's try something else here. That's... Did I even... Yeah, that's the right card. I manipulated this earlier. It worked. I swear. R4.dat. Let's rename or reformat this to Let's go 512, FAT32. Let's see if that works. I don't know if that's going to read at all. Hello? Start. Windows unable to do that. Okay. Well, let's go default. Maybe I really broke this card, and then we need to partition it. Alright. Let's try this again. So, 512, FAT32, NTFS, start, quick format. It's not going to load. Of course it's not. Because it's not FAT32, right? But what I'm trying to do is just manipulate that menu error. I did this for a video, like I said, that's coming out tomorrow again. I know I said that a couple times now. But what I'm doing is just trying to manipulate it, like I did earlier. So let's take that out. And press A. Yeah, it still doesn't want to do it for this. See if it'll pop it into here. Probably won't even read it because it's NTFS. Yeah, it's not even reading it. Alright. Let me try to manipulate it a different way. Maybe I completely messed up this card. I don't know. Not completely. You can just reallocate it. But format. Okay. Format. Let's go FAT32. And 32 kilobytes. Start. And another test we can do quick, just to make sure that the card's not completely screwed up. Let's just paste everything back in here. Oh, wait. RTS. Oh, never mind. We're good. Never mind. It's all the right files. Okay, so those are all copied over. Grab this card. Just going to make sure that the card's not completely messed up. And it must be the card. The card's completely messed up. We screwed up the card. Alright. Oh, no, it was loading. It was loading. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't take the card out too fast. Or is it dirty? I've popped this card in and out so many times. Let's try this again. And we broke the card. So the card is not garbage, but we can fix it. So we're working on errors right now and why this happens. And we have AOMEI Partition Manager, and that's something that I did a video about as well. And where did it go? Oh, there it is, right there. So there's the card right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all the partitions on it. And we're going to click OK. We're going to click Apply. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. Error occurred. Yeah, I know. Whatever. Now we're going to go Format Partition. BR. FAT32, 32 kilobytes. This always gives me an error. I don't know why. It still works, though. Now we have FAT32. It's because I need to set up the actual partition, change the drive letter. And I'm going to pick R, apply. And there we go. Now it's not broken anymore. I think it's this tool. I don't know. I've never had issues with this tool until recently. But it's not an actual error. I think I need to uninstall or update this or something. I don't know. But anyways, now that card should be good to go. And we should be able to copy all of these files back over there and see it working. Or not. One or the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Okay. Now, maybe my greasy hands are all over this too. So cleaning your connectors too, I don't know. Does work. I've had greasy fingers on my SD cards before and noticed that when that happens, it doesn't load. It's broken. I think that SD card's completely garbage now. I don't know what I did to it. Let's try something. I'm gonna grab my other card that looks like this one. And that's not it. Where is my... There it is. So you can see here, this is a 2021 version. It's the same card as this one. We're going to see if this SD card wants to read. This card even looks like it's gross. Alright, pop it in. Bomberman. There we go. Maybe it was just not reading because of how dirty it was. So let's pop that out. Again, this is the 2021 version. Same files as the 2024 version. No bomb, no time bomb. But maybe it was just not seated in here properly. That's another thing. If you have a white screen, maybe that's because it's not seated. I'm still trying to manipulate that menu error. And if we can't do it tonight, you'll see me do it on that video tomorrow. There it goes. It was just dirty, I think. So let's try this again. For some reason, if you don't have the micro SD card into the R4 card, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that's what I was just trying to say. Was it just if it's not seated properly? I've had people say they've put like duct tape or something in here, and it's just not seated or something. I guess, but I still want to manipulate that menu error. So that menu error. Let's format this card. Because if you just format it to NTFS, that menu error is still going to pop up because it can't read it. So let's go start. Now that we know the card's cleaned and everything, it should work. Or we should be able to manipulate it. Now let's put that in there. Let's see if it goes. Here we go. Now, yeah, the big reason is that these devices can only read FAT32, 32 allocation size, 32 megabits, kilobytes, whatever. Let's pop this in. And we're just reverse engineering this R4 card tonight. Oh, I didn't show you it popped in. There we go. And of course, that menu does not want to pop up. I don't know why. Maybe it's this R4 card still. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. When I was popping the R4 card out, that's probably because it wasn't seated. So that's that menu error. But that's just because it's not... I wonder if this card's just getting worn out for me popping the SD card in and out of it. Let's put it in that 2021 card and see if it pops that menu error up. But that main error, what I was going to explain to you is that it's because you didn't format the SD card properly. So for those that are using like a big card that's a 64 gigabyte card, for example, that's the reason why. And you just need to format it to the proper allocation size, which is 32, FAT32 with 32 kilobyte allocation size. So if I slide this out, that's when that menu error pops up. And I think that is an error with it reading, like you were saying, if it's not seated properly or whatever. I think it's this card too. These are cheap $5 or $2 cards, whatever. I think I paid $3 or something for a whole bunch of these. So they could be just really dirty at this point. Let's... We're getting close to me just being done with this tonight. Because, like, I gotta work in the morning. So, just thought I'd jump in here and do a quick live, kind of sharing this stuff with you guys, showing you how easy it is to actually set it up when you get it set up. Now, I'm just manipulating some errors and stuff that people have had comment in the comments on some of my videos. And again, it just doesn't want to show that menu unless I... Let's go. Unless I try to pop it out. Which is weird. Usually it just pops up right away. Maybe it's just because it is allocated wrong. Let's pop this back in here. And format it one last time. We'll go 32 kilobytes on NTFS and press start. Pretty sure it was NTFS that I messed around with this and I got it to work in the video. I'm pretty positive that's what I did. For tomorrow's. If you guys want to watch that one, it's coming out. I'll show you. The second reason is the wrong files. So if you have this card, for example, and you followed my video and you put on the files for this card, that menu error will pop up. I'll show you that quickly too. So let's take this out. Oh, you guys can't even see that again. So this card. But we're going to pop this into our 2021 card or 2024 card. It's 2021. And there we go. Bummer in. Maybe it will read it now and still give me that menu error because it is 32 kilobytes. Nope, just doesn't want to give me that menu error unless I pull it out, which is weird. But yeah, so that's basically because it's not seated properly. Now again, these are the files for this card. This card's not formatted properly, so let's plug it in here. Let's give it a quick format to the proper size and then put on... that's all good. Okay, let's start. Let's put these files on. These are the files for this actual card, and then we're going to test it, and then we're going to put that SD card in here and show you the test for that. And then that menu error will pop up as well. Alright, so this in here. Now, I'm not showing you the cards again because I keep forgetting that I closed down the camera. There we go. Press A to play. Hopefully we'll be on our way. And it doesn't want to work for me again. Because I think I'm just using this card too much. Yeah, it doesn't want to read. Now, again, that could be just this card's just getting overused. I'm sliding it in so many times and out so many times. And like you said, if it's not getting the connection in there. You know it works. We tested it all night, and maybe I just overworked it. Hello? Wake up. Oh. It was working on this card. Maybe I just have to reformat it again. Let's use a different card. I got another 16 gigabyte card here. So we're going to try that one. R4 test 3. And this one already has the files for this card on it. So plug it in. Could be the R4 card just starting to act up too. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. So it was just, I think it's just this SD card. So we got to reallocate it like I did with the MEI partition manager. And I'm just looking at it. Like it is kind of dirty. I could put some rubbing alcohol on it maybe. The prongs. Oh, you're not even looking again. There we go. So there's that, the YS menu. Now let's get out of there and put the wrong files on the wrong card. And we're going to get that menu error. And we're almost done because I'm getting tired. And yeah. Keep Labyrinth. And I'm out of tea. And I need some water. Actually, I think my water's beside me. There it is. There we go. I can't open dsmenu.dat. Now, that's a completely different error. Again, because that's the dsmenu.dat error. But that's just telling you that this card needs specific dsmenu.dat. And when you put the dsmenu.dat files on this card, it's going to give you that menu error, which is a completely different menu error. But again, that's it. I hope I covered a lot of stuff. Not sure who else is in here. I can't really see who's in the actual live on my thing anymore. I don't know what's going on. And yeah, that's it. Says there's 4 of you still in here. Hey, do you have firmware for the R4 Gold Pro 2017? Does your card look like any of these cards right here? Does it look like this one? Does it say real-time save on it? Don't just disregard the dual core. If it says real-time save and has the R4ISDHC.com firmware logo on the back like this, if it looks like that one, then yes, I have the files for you. If it says HK or it says CN, then I have the cards for that as well. I'm basically nearing the end of this video for tonight because I have been running this for an hour and a half now. And I think I've covered a lot to do with all of these. And I've got my phone in the background just sitting there. But if you want to check out, I put links in the description or even in the chat of this too. And I will put my link for my playlist. Where is that? I think I already did the playlist, but I am going to be real-time save by gold. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Gold doesn't matter. Just dual core, gold, whatever. That's these files right here. You can use my Twilight menu one. I cover all that in here. I don't know how long you've been in here, but this one, this guide right here. What's going on? The real-time save. This is the default files for it. So any of these links right here, you can just go and check out this video right here. Or if you want to set your ultimate R4 card up, let's go and find that video. This one right here. What's going on? There's me in the background. So if you have the real-time save card right here, this is the files right here for that one. This will set up Twilight menu on it. And there you go. So as long as it says real-time save, the Gold Pro or dual core or Snoopy, whatever, doesn't matter. It all works the same. The first video, like I said, that's the one with the default files. And yeah, those are the main links that I suggest you go look at. There, I'm just gonna call you Kid D. I don't know what the first thing says. It's really small on this screen, so yeah, go check those out. I am gonna be signing off. It's getting late, and I gotta get up early. Have a nice day. Hope this was helpful. If you jumped in, thank you very much. We're reaching 2,500 subscribers soon, and I have more content coming. And tomorrow's video is all about that menu. I don't know what the heck, why it wasn't working when we were doing it live, but yeah, I did it. And then you guys got to see me actually set this thing up live. So that was fun. Have a nice day. See you next time. And again,